Okay everyone, so the BAE 146 finally arrived on the PlayStation 5 a couple of weeks back, bringing one of Microsoft Flight Simulator's most respected airliner add-ons to the console. But this is a complex old school aircraft and it commands at a premium price. So, is Just Flight's Whisperjet worth buying for PS5? Let's find out. So the BAE 146 is unlike most every modern airliner in the simulator. It has 4 engines, no auto throttle, unconventional systems and an enormous tail-mounted air brake. That makes it more demanding than a Boeing or an Airbus, but also considerably a lot more interesting. You must manage the engine power, the speed and descent planning yourself. The thrust modulation system can help maintain a selected engine setting, but it's not a conventional auto throttle at all. So, what's included? Amazingly, Just Flight surprises 8 versions of the aircraft, including the 146-100, 200 and the 300 passenger models, cargo variants and the RAF aircraft. The package also includes a handful of liveries as well. Each version feels like a complete collection rather than a token variation. You can operate short regional passenger flights, transport cargo, recreate military and VIP services. The exterior modelling is excellent. The high wing, the 4 small engines, the T-tail and the opening air brake gives an aircraft a distinctive appearance, and that has been reproduced absolutely to perfection. There is one small exterior detail issue which I have noted. When looking through the cabin windows from the outside, you can sometimes see straight through the aircraft because there's no cabin interior modelled or rendered in. It slightly breaks the illusion when you notice it, although it really isn't that deep for me when it can be easily corrected in a future update, and with all the lovely juicy extras that we do have. The cockpit is equally impressive. It looks worn, functional and convincingly analogue. Switches, circuit breakers, instruments and the warning systems have been modelled in considerable detail, while the passenger cabin and cargo areas add another layer of immersion. Now, this is one of the deepest aircraft available through the simulator's marketplace. Its electrical, hydraulic, fuel, pneumatic, pressurisation and the ice protection and auto flight systems are extensively simulated. Both pilot positions are functional. Interactive checklists help with learning the aircraft. Just Flight also includes a custom UNS-1 flight management system. It provides modern flight plan management inside otherwise a traditional cockpit, but it has its own logic and requires some study, I can tell you that. The tablet can control fuel, payloading, boarding, doors and other aircraft options. SimBrief and Navigraph integration are also available, subject to the relevant accounts or subscriptions, should I add. It can feel really overwhelming during the first few flights. Therefore, I would recommend doing your homework. Tutorial material are therefore essential, but it's not optional extras. So let's get down to the nitty-gritty flying the aircraft. Once airborne, the aircraft is extremely satisfying. It's stable without feeling lifeless. It's also relatively modest performance, suits short regional routes. The aircraft is not a fast climber or a high altitude rocket. Instead, it rewards careful engine management. Approaches are the highlight. Extending the tail brake allows steep descents without the same increase in speed that you might get from another jet. Combined with its strong brakes and short field capabilities, this opens up destinations that would be uncomfortable or impractical in a large airliner. Landings also require practice. Power must be managed manually, and carrying the correct speed into flare matters. When everything comes together, however, the landing in the 146 feels far more rewarding than simply supervising a heavy automated aircraft. So despite its complexity, the aircraft is usable with just a DualSense controller. Like myself, I just use all my flights with DualSense controllers. I am no keyboard and mouse kind of guy, and I'd like to keep things authentic to the PS5. So the Just Flight's tablet and interactive checklist reduce some of the workload, while the simulator's cursor mode gives access to the full cockpit. However, operating dozens of small switches with a controller can be slow, which I have noticed. so a compatible keyboard and mouse would significantly improve the experience, especially while programming the FMS or completing a cold start. Players using only a controller should expect a learning period that may want to begin with the aircraft already running. Performance on my PS5 has been very good. It's been smooth overall, no massive stutters and no inconsistent at any complex airports. As with other detailed aircraft, the busiest handcraft airports and poor network conditions can also affect the overall experience. There are some known 2024 limitations. Some cockpit and exterior lights may be difficult to see during the daylight, and interacting with the tablet or paper checklist may occasionally activate a console positions behind them. So the sound design is another strong selling point. The 4 engines produce the unusual character expected from the Whisperjet. While the cockpit contains an extensive collection of switch, fan, warning, airflow and mechanical sounds, changes in power are easy to recognise without consistently looking at your instruments. It creates a convincing sense that you are operating an aging mechanical aircraft rather than the usual quiet digital flight deck. So, what could be better? I think the biggest obstacle is accessibility. This is not an aircraft for someone wanting to choose a runway, press a few buttons and immediately take off. Learning the system, FMS and power management techniques takes time. Controller-only cockpit interactions is also less convenient than using a mouse, and this price places the aircraft firmly in premium territory. Finally, buyers should all understand that this original BAe 146, not the more modern Avro jet that we used to know. Anyone wanting a more familiar FMS, updated avionics and auto throttle may prefer or wait considering for a separate RJ professional version of the aircraft. So the verdict, the Just Flight BAe 146 Professional is one of the most distinctive and comprehensive airliner add-ons available at the moment on the PlayStation 5. Its detailed systems, excellent presentation and wonderful hands-on flying experience makes it an easy recommendation for serious flight enthusiasts. The variety, including the models, also gives the package immersion long-term value. It is less suitable for casual players or anyone unwillingly to study the manuals, manage power manually and wrestle occasional with the flight controls based on the cockpit interaction. If you want maximum automation, I'd probably say look elsewhere. But if you want an aircraft with personality, one that makes every successful approach feel earned, then the BAe 146 Professional is exceptional. So for the final score, I'm scoring this a 9 out of 10. Yes, it is expensive, it's complicated and proudly old-fashioned, but that is precisely why it's so rewarding. So if you found this review useful, please like the video, subscribe to the channel and let me know in the comments which route you would fly first in the BAe 146. And until then, I'll see you in the next one.